Right, hello everyone. You join me from the Amazon rainforest. I thought I'd get up extra early today to enjoy the sunrise and also to just relax by the river here. This is a platform here at the research station where, yeah, you can just watch nature go by. Along this river, sometimes you can see pink river dolphins, giant river otters, but I thought it was about time that I showed you what a typical day is like of being a research scientist here in the Amazon rainforest. We've got a pretty normal day lined up today, so hopefully it'll summarise what I'm doing here pretty well. But let's get on with it. Right, it's 8 o'clock in the morning now. We've just had breakfast and I'm not gonna lie, it's already pretty damn hot, but we're about to start what is known as a transect. A transect is basically a stretch of land which we will be monitoring every day. What we're gonna do is we're gonna move through here and catch butterflies as we go. Should we do this?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
after you.
Yeah,
after you.
Yeah,
come on.
A bit more determination, please. Let's go. Now, I've been called many things in my life. Graceful is not one of them. But luckily, the butterflies that we're studying actually don't fly very fast, and that's partly because they're toxic, right? They don't need to fly very fast to escape predators because the predators know that they're not good to eat. So that makes them a little bit easier to catch as one of these things.
Oh my God.
Whoa! Oh, sorry! So the forests here at Yasuni contain more species of trees than anywhere else in the world. So there's a lot of competition going on. Oh my God, here's one. Wait, did you get that?
Yes, I did.
Did you get that? That was good. So this little fella, or girl, I'll check in a moment, is a species called Hypolaria surrepta. And actually, sexing an Ethiopian butterfly in the wild is pretty simple. Because the males, the boys, have hairy armpits. And they use them in courtship to attract females. The sex life of an Ethiopian butterfly is really quite something. They form these things called leks. Now you might be familiar with the word lek whilst learning about birds, things like black grouse in the UK. A lek is basically a place where males go to display and essentially strut their stuff, and the females will come and visit and check them out, and they can get quite feisty actually. Now, because we're releasing this butterfly back into the wild and not taking it back into the lab with us, we need to ensure that in the future we don't catch this guy again, because that would be bad for our analysis. So what we're going to do is put a little mark on it with a permanent marker. I won't harm the butterfly at all, and then let it go. So then if we catch it again, we'll recognise the marker pen and all will be sorted.
Okay.
And that's what Theodora is doing now.
Let it go.
You ready to let it go? Hang on a moment, hang on. Oh, you great. Nice one.
Whoopsie.
Nice one. Well, we'll see plenty more. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, she's not the most perfect research assistant, as you can probably tell.
My
but
God.
things can only get better from that. Hey, let's go.
Episode 1 of this fieldwork. The PhD student Benito Wainwright, battling the mud.
I told you it's a terrible idea. I did.
We can see Benito somewhere there, deeply in the forest. Mind the spiny palm, Benito.
Wait for it.
Oh my God.
Now, one thing that's particularly special about the transect we're doing is that it goes up and down. There are ridges, and then we can go down into the valleys. And given the amount of mud that currently surrounds us, in particular surrounding my Wellington boots, I have to say, this is quite clearly a valley, and that's going to have an effect on the composition and the total amount of light in the forest. Now, to study that, we're using this thing. Doesn't look like much, does it? But this is probably the most important piece of scientific equipment I've lugged over to Ecuador, to be honest. It's what's known in the trade as a spectrophotometer. It was developed by a collaborator at the University of Exeter, and what that will do is it will measure the amount of light and also the composition of the light. And what we do is we press the button irradiance here. Irradiance is basically the total amount of light arriving from all different angles and hitting the sensor of the spectrophotometer here. If we just press that, you can see that the spectrometer is making some weird noises, and hopefully any moment now on the screen we've got a spectrum. And that tells us how much light there is at this particular part of the forest at this particular time, and also the distribution of the wavelengths as well. What colours are present, essentially. And what we can do is we can do this for all the ridges and valleys, and then see what butterflies we catch in each of those ridges and valleys. It's difficult, this. And then to get even higher up, well, it really is as simple as turning your butterfly net upside down. Okay. What the hell? What is wrong with me?
I'm guessing this is a hypothetical.
Yeah. Oh god. Ow! Mind the log.
Got it.
As much as I'd love to see you go head over heels. Right. And that is everything done. So then what we do is we go along this 2 kilometer transect. There are around 10 ridges and 10 valleys. We get light measurements for all of them and individual data on the butterflies that we catch as well. And the job is done. And by the end of it, we'll be melting. I mean, I'm already melting. Are you melting, Theodora?
Yep.
Should we get on with it then?
Yep.
Perfect.